my God. Dude, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited. It's like, obviously, you've been on the pod before, but I always love
is this?
What?
Which
I
time
don't
is
know,
this?
like 5th time, but I just, honestly, I like sitting down and talking to you, man.
Dude, me too.
I feel like there's some stuff to catch up on. There's a lot going on in the world, and this is like a little different from my normal pods, because normally like I sit here and I like ask you like super like.
I think I'm gonna be more serious this time.
Oh, so we're gonna go back. So, well, hold on. Yo, this is crazy. He jumped in. Yo, make it full screen. Make it full screen. Make it.
Oh God, what hotel? What state? What hotel?
Wait, make it full screen. Make it full screen. Yo, turn your thing sideways.
Kyle's calling me. Kyle's calling me. Hold on.
Turn it. God, turn it sideways.
Kyle's calling me right now. I don't know why. That's weird.
Call him back.
Call him back.
All right, I'll call him back. Bye.
Yo, turn your phone sideways.
Go like this.
Dude, I'm doing it, bro. Hold on. I was jerking off.
And unlock your phone. There he is.
There he is. Dude, how's it? Are you in Vegas right now?
Yeah, I'm in Las Vegas. Yep.
Bro, oh my
Man,
God.
it seems like you guys are really shuffling repeat guests here, huh? How many times is this? 9 times for you too?
Yeah.
Here we go. So Bob's actually, you're on your high horse right now, aren't you?
When you're an Academy Award-winning actor like myself, you know it's big time, baby.
You see that movie?
Yeah, the Roadhouse.
Okay, I have to tell you, Bob, if you haven't seen Bob's movie, it's Roadhouse on Prime Video, right?
It's wherever you actually know.
Bob, hold on.
Wait, I gotta get this out. I was watching it with a girl, and she said, "Wow, he is a good actor. I swear to God." She was like, "I'm really impressed."
What?
I swear.
You know what she said? You know what she did after?
Yeah, I know exactly what she did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, nothing to do with you. But go ahead. What are you saying?
Yo, Bob, I'm curious, man. Like, what happened with the podcast that you had to take down?
Oh, the Godfather stepped in and made him remove it.
You know, out of respect for Bob, I mean, I had his ex-girlfriend on for like 2 minutes, and then I let him know that I did that, and I was like, "Are you sure you're cool with it?" And at the time, I think he said yes. I think 30 minutes later,
Never said yes. Never said yes.
I have it in writing. I think 30 minutes later, he took an Adderall or took a Zap, and then he huge 360 on me.
Whatever.
I was like, "Yo, okay, bro."
I don't think he would say yes, then say no.
Have you met this guy?
Of course, he's insane, but it's hilarious. Yo, what's it like being back on the podcast? You like it? You having fun?
I really don't care too much for it. I really don't care. I think that it's good to get back in the room with the boys, but you know, at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, I'm 0 for 40, by the way, Steiny. 0 for 40 now.
On what?
You know who?
Oh, yeah.
I promise tonight is the night where I promise you on my life.
No, wait, I mean, I'm glad Bob's back though, because this chick he's been trying to for 3 years. But I'm glad he's back. It's my favorite guy to do content with, honestly.
No,
but
hilarious.
Wait, bro, are you an A-lister now, or what's the deal? Now that you're a movie star, are you a movie star?
Did they give you all the points that you deserve on that movie? What's going on here?
I think that we, obviously, like anything else, you can talk to Dana, you can talk to anybody else, and people can call and tell me I'm a horrible partner, I'm a bad partner. At the end of the day, all I can see is #1 worldwide, Amazon Prime, huge movie, Conor McGregor's first movie. How are you going to argue against Menery now? How many more things do I have to do to show people that I'm an amazing partner? Go talk to Amazon.
I know. Now Kyle's calling you 3 times a day now that you're this big movie star. It's crazy, bro.
The phone doesn't stop ringing. He's like this. Actually, Kyle called me the other day, and Kyle said, "Hey, Bob, I don't want to just, I don't want to say this in front of people, but we need you so badly. And you obviously are the straw that kind of hold this whole entire thing together. And I just want to let you know, I want to call you. We need you so bad, and this brand is dying so fast without you."
Wait.
He's capping.
He's got me trolling,
bro.
No, he's like, everything's collapsing in front of our eyes. But when you came back in, everything was back again, and everything's good again. Just called me.
Yo, do you ever have any hate or rage towards Steiny because like when he was originally starting out, he was like your assistant. Now he like basically stole your job on the podcast. Do you ever want to like just snuff him?
No, because I know that
it's all part of the master plan.
If I know that if Nell disappears, Steiny would be collecting trash on the side of the road. So, yeah.
Kind of like you did for a little bit, right? You know a guy that's hiring? Yo, will the same guy hire me?
I got plenty of guys. Don't worry.
Hey, are you coming to LA for the tournament tomorrow? Because we're supposed to go together.
We got tickets tomorrow. And by the way, I'm doing a photo shoot with 10 models.
What? For what?
For our monkey till 10 models. And I'm talking They're not these rinky-dink little girls that you hang around with that are like these nasty ass, disgusting people.
You're
Steiny, I'm talking.
Steiny. Yeah, okay, Steiny.
Yeah,
okay,
not
okay,
you, Brad. Not you. You,
okay,
Brad. I know you do well in that
You
category.
just said
but
you're 0
Steiny,
for 40 with one chick you've been chasing for 3 years, bro. You
Yeah,
took her to the
because she
Super
met-
Bowl. You've flown her every state in this country. What else have you done? You're 0 for 40, bro.
You know, I'm over 40 with that girl,
the
but at the
friend
end of the day,
zone.
I'm 25 for 31 in the past 31 days,
Wait, what does that mean? Break down that math for me, bro.
including a
25 now.
porn star. Including a porn star.
So in the last 31 days, you've had 25 sexual nights.
25 times where I've inserted my penis inside of something.
There's no way.
I'm
Those are
serious. Some of them were
embellished
repeats.
Those are
Sonny,
embellished
let me
numbers.
don't
You
think I
want to see
can't
the books,
pull.
bro.
Your shit is this, dude. I go on your page and you try and flex these girls and stuff. And you're like, with these models, they're fucking disgusting.
Dude, that's
all
not
of them.
true. And all you do is post chicks, bro. You posted that chick was a guy in your hotel room the other night.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
And
Actually, it
after
was a
that,
quick.
where you said, yo, that
Yeah,
shit doesn't add
yeah.
up.
I was like, is that a dude? I'm not gonna lie.
It was a quick. I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna lie. After I started getting a couple messages, I was like, looked across the room at her. By the way, it was confirmed to her.
okay.
Looked at her. Took a look back at the phone. People saying it was a guy. I took a look back at her, and then I finally just asked her straight out. I said, "Are you a guy?" She said no, and so I f***ed her.
Yo,
Jesus Christ.
dude, you're
bro.
hilarious, Bob.
Yo, that's
Bro,
crazy.
I can't wait to do a pod with you and the boys, bro. It's gonna be like a amazing reunion.
We gotta do it again. Yeah, soon. We have to. So I'm.
Well, wait, so you're coming here tomorrow, right? Real quick.
I'm flying into LA tomorrow.
All right, cool.
I'll be
Okay.
there tomorrow. Big March Madness game tomorrow. 10 models, photo shoot. Probably gonna be staying away from Shiki's house. We ain't gonna be going back there.
Oh yeah, no secret operations. Wait, yo, everyone wants
I
to
might
know.
bang her though. But go ahead.
Yo, the chat's asking, are you siding with Drake or Future and Metro?
What do you mean the chat's asking? Is this live?
Yeah.
What?
What, bro? We're live.
It's
Bro,
not live.
I didn't
He's
know
trolling.
that. You
He's
can't
trolling.
tell me those things.
He's trolling. He's trolling. It's not live.
Oh,
I wouldn't do you
What
dirty.
did
I
what
wouldn't
did you
do dirty.
say?
Are you siding with Drake or Metro and Future, bro? I know you're in the rap game, so.
Yeah, no, not at all. I don't know anything about rapping. I just kind of just keep my head down and clean, you know. Why? What's going on between those two?
I don't know. I was just curious. All right.
I mean, they just released some work, and basically like Futures there in Kendrick is like
I thought
dissing
you were in the
Drake.
culture, bro. You know all about the beef.
I don't know anything about anything. I just live my little life here. Hey, look at this, by the way.
Yo, what's it like living in Vegas, Bob?
Who do you
that's
think
a
stuff
girl.
is that, huh? Look at that, huh?
Is that the
Look at this.
confirmed girl?
That's going to be called 1 for 41 tonight.
Yo, are you
Yeah, right.
Bob? Bob, are
One
you
for
ever gonna
42.
settle down? You ever gonna have like a family?
Yeah, I tried to until some ruined it, but I was ready to go. I was ready to be walking down with the carriage and the white picket fence. I was ready
Yeah.
for that life.
Okay, wait, Bob. It's just a serious question, bro. I obviously love you, but I do have to ask you. Do you think you're fit right now to be a father?
Yes. Yes, I am.
With
Well,
your
no,
lifestyle?
actually, probably. No, I was. Because I would have dropped everything. I would have been like, son, give me the bottle.
Bro, that
You imagine
kid,
me as a dad?
that poor kid would be in 10,000 Instagram stories before he was 4.
It'd be so funny.
He
though,
would be
dude.
in 30 stories a day.
Oh, he'd be doing swipe. He'd be doing like dropping like OnlyFans ads on his page without his permission, and he'd just be like 5 years old, and they'll just be like, dude, how about the time where I posted that ad of that guy, like of that this guy plowing this girl, and then I had to take it down because Amazon yelled at me.
Bro,
because of the
I
movie.
don't understand. Like, you just don't give a like on your Instagram. You don't care. You post it. You don't give.
No, I do. Like, I don't. I think I'm like in the moment. I post it, and then I get the paranoia like an hour later, and then I usually remove it all.
Bro, all right, man. Well, I just wanted to have you come on really quick. I appreciate you.
Love you, Bob. See you
I
tomorrow.
know it,
Man,
bro.
it seems like
I-
wow, the numbers are really starting to fall down now when I'm popping out here, huh?
Yeah, no, dude. I want to have a pod with you. You know, I wanted to have you on the pod. And I got to come on your pod as well. I didn't come on your pod when you asked me. It was up, and I just want to tell you I'm sorry. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can. I said, yeah, you didn't come on my pod when I asked you. The Godfather never forgets that.
Yo, yeah, that's up.
No,
bro. I'm
whoa,
actually
whoa.
on the side with Bob.
Well, you could side, but I mean, there's a whole conversation we could have here that's a little bit more in depth, which is like kind of unnecessary. It was like
We did have a good
Listen-
show the first one we did, though, Brad. Me and you had a good show.
Really good show. But I'm gonna come on. If you want me to come on, I'll come on.
Wait, what was that first one for? Didn't you have to like fix some rumor? Oh, that was the hospital fixing the rumor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That one went crazy.
Yeah, that was a lot of death threats I had to deal. I lost 10 years of my life off that one. Well, I'm going to Delilah tonight. Going to Delilah tonight with the lady.
Bro,
Yo, good luck, bro. We're rooting for you.
All right, time out. Here's this. If you hear the song "We Are the Champions" playing on my Instagram story, that means I get the job done.
Okay, I'll watch the story.
And what if you don't get it done? It's just another regular day, or you'll let us know too.
Just gonna be like, so you had a bad day.
Wait,
everyone.
Wait, where's she at right now, bro?
She had to run some errand or something, I think.
Oh, that's not a good sign usually.
I'm well aware of that. Trust
eyes
me.
on that.
I always used to think those errands were so innocent until my ex. Those errands weren't really errands; they were just her getting plowed.
Holy,
Yeah.
that's okay, man. Fuck,
Sorry,
you win
bro.
some, you lose some.
No, yeah, I don't even think about that anymore. She's the worst human being in the world. Actually, maybe the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've mentioned her 3 times, but yes.
That is true.
Dude.
All right, bro. Well,
All right, boys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Bob.
See you tomorrow, bro.
All right, love you, boys.
Thank you,
Peace.
dude.
He's a legend, bro. I love that
He's
guy.
so goddamn funny. What was it like? Really, like
Recording stopped.
being like his assistant actually? Because you kind of talked about it here and there, but
Dude, it was, to be honest with you, probably my favorite time in this entire industry because it's constant.
even to this point,
Yeah, because it's constant. It was constant entertainment, and everything was so new. And Bob like moves like a maniac, bro.
but even though I feel like you get
and
way more.
I do a lot of fun stuff, and like, don't get me wrong, I love what I do now. But like, when you really first start something, and like, I'd go out with Bob, and you know, we'd go out with Odell, Saquon Barkley, and I'm like this 24-year-old, and I'm like, dude, this actually happens.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even think it's real life, and nothing mattered with Bob. That's what was also so fun.
Like things weren't that serious.
Nothing was serious. Like, we would just laugh at the end of the day, try and like figure out ways to make more money. And like, it was like a day by day, just having fun, dude.
Yeah. That's why I really wanted to have you on. Cause you know, I talked to you in the gym earlier today before we did the pod, but you've obviously now have had popularity, obviously made more money over the last few years. Like, so from that to this, like what have you noticed has really changed about yourself? I guess like
Damn,
within
it's
the
deep,
space.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
deeper than I usually go.
Well, you said you want to go deep
You
today.
can go deep. All right.
You
So
like as far as yourself in the space and then yourself out of like just as a person.
I mean, it's a lot less people around now for sure. Like when you work for somebody else, like when I work for Bob, when I work for Steve, you have like a whole team and friends with you every day.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of just by myself all the time. So that's way different.
Because you're more of the.
Because now you're just focused on doing your thing.
You're more of the star.
So now you're not working for somebody else on somebody else. That's probably the best thing is being on your own schedule. And now you get to like, that's what I think life's all about is when you can make money and do whatever you want to do. You don't have to take orders from somebody. And I still do. Like I still have to report to people and do podcasts or show up for videos. But at the end of the day, like I got a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Which is sick. And I mean, yeah, dude, it's so different. Everything happens so fast though too. Like I've only been doing this now in this whole game for like 4 years, so it changed pretty quick.
Bro, it's changed the most it's ever changed in the last literally three years.
What do you mean, the whole content?
The content game.
I know it's becoming so. When I first started in like 2 years ago, I'd say it was peak YouTube, maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's like when Steve and Nelk were just like absolutely crushing, uploading weekly. But now I just don't even wonder. I sit there and I'm like, what do people even want to see anymore? Because we always talk about the streamers, and I watch the streamers.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times I get that like it's super hard for them because they got to do one every day. But it almost seems like the ones that get featured are going viral a lot of the time for just like effortless shit that like,
Yeah.
you know, like you don't have to put too much effort into what they're doing.
Or thought, it seems like.
Yeah, it's like the fighting, just fighting bull. I don't know. Even on like, I'll see No Jumper posting it all the time, for instance.
Yeah.
And
I
they-
wonder, but I think pages like that get paid to post content.
They do,
Like the
but I mean
drama alerts
that's how it is now.
Yeah.
So it's like I think there's a lot of like people out there that don't get featured as much that are actually like putting out really funny and you don't see him as much.
I think
Which
because
is
it gets drowned.
unfortunate.
It gets drowned out by the paid sort of advertisement stuff.
Yeah, like I got mad love for Neon. He's cool, but it's like, dude, that many people, are they really that invested in his relationship when that was a thing? You're like, dude, really? Like, do that many people care?
I mean,
and it's even like they're posting about like this person's view potting, this person's view potting. It's like, dude, who gives a
yeah.
like who cares, bro? Maybe he is. If he is, who gives a shit?
I mean, people are still talking about it. It's definitely
It's
really
better for him too, right?
Yeah, I mean that whole conversation overall,
Because
like
then people are still talking about him, so he's still winning. It's just like a weird time, I guess. I don't know.
it's really weird. And the short term everything. It just seems like everyone has just these short term like try and get as much as you can type.
Yeah, it's all very short term. Go viral for 3 months every day, get popping, and then that's what's tough is to make it sustainable. That's what I've learned is the hardest part.
Yeah, I think it's just about evolving, like doing this kind of like even for me.
Yeah.
This is a good example of this version of like getting Bob on here and doing the Zoom calls, and I have it set up now to do live, and I want to start doing that.
Yeah.
But I think it is just evolving what you're doing because that's all I've done over all the years of making content. I've still been here.
Yeah.
I think at the same time too, as much as like this sort of clickbait, like little viral moment is so relevant, and everyone's like trying to vie for that sort of moment, and whether they're paying for it or they're getting it naturally. I think that like in the next year or so, it's gonna also start to come back around. When people are like, yo, I'm tired of this.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that people are ever gonna get tired of like the negativity and the drama.
Yeah.
But I think people are gonna get tired of like, okay, all I saw was 7 seconds of this, and that's all I know. And I think people are gonna start looking for longer format stuff again.
For sure. Yeah. I hope so.
Because like the negativity is funny. Like I was having this conversation with Nate. Obviously, Nate. Like I was eating before we came over here. We were talking about the whole like Diddy thing, which I want to ask you about. Pull that Diddy up.
What, did you get invited to one of his parties?
No, never. But like, so apparently Diddy got raided by by the FBI in both his houses, and then it's like you get on the internet and everyone's like either I told you or we knew this or like this is all a ploy because they're hiding something. It's something else, and like it's just
too many conspiracies, bro.
Yeah, and it's all like negative. My question is negative ever going to come out of style?
No, never. Bro. I learned that too because, and I think I was probably like that too at one point. But when you're not happy or with your situation, or like people, it's a weird thing, but I think people just like to see other people's downfalls. And I'll tell you what, like, and going back to Bob, and I know this is a fun time to go back to Bob, but when he's posting about like his girlfriend cheating on him, and he knows, like, Bob's not stupid. He knows that people are engaged in that.
For sure.
Everyone was like, oh my God, like this girl really did Bob like that. And they're so engaged in that it's almost like they want to push that negative because it does well for the numbers.
Yeah, like, well,
and I don't think it'll go out of style because I think other people want like, I think there's a sense of, and maybe we're like that too, but it's like you feel better about yourself when you're like, oh damn, that person up.
Yeah. And then there's another tip to it that was really interesting when I was talking about this Diddy thing, and like, everyone's like, there's a conspiracy about like Jay-Z and all these people who are at these white parties and all this like satanic shit. And then I'm like, my question though is like, what would be the point of that? Like, if you made all the money and you were like the richest person, you're a billionaire, like, why do like weird satanic shit? And like, I was having this conversation with Nate, and it led back to the negativity thing where it's like, maybe because like through the negativity, like for example, right? You asked me that question earlier at the gym, Drake and Future beef, right? And Drake's, Future's numbers are like way up because it's like, oh, beefing with Drake.
Yeah.
The negative there is making people go, oh, I got to listen to this song. I got to listen to this album. And then the numbers go up. And it's like, is it all just orchestrated to do that? Like, do you think these people
I think in certain scenarios, but I mean, let's look at the podcast we did with Dana and Bob. It's Dana White.
Holy shit, it's Mike Majlak. Yo, turn the camera, Mike.
Recording. Oh God, here we go.
What's going on?
Turn the camera.
Oh, hold on a sec. Oh wait, sorry. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, just hold the camera like sideways.
Horizontal.
Oh, all right. Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you guys today?
We're chilling, dude. We were just talking about negativity and Diddy, and you just kind of walked into a lot of right now.
Oh, negativity and Diddy. Oh, that's like, I would love to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, here we go. No, this is good. You're gonna rant about this for a while, so we need you.
I'm in fact not going to do that, Steiny, because I told Bradley that if we got on at 3 p.m. or 3:30, that I could really be a part of this. But I have a podcast to go to at 5. So if it was at 4:56, he would have 4 minutes, and it's 4:56
Fuck,
right
we
now.
got 2.
Is this an impulsive podcast?
No, I've been doing a circuit lately, bro. I'm trying to expand my horizons a little bit. I did Bobby Lee's podcast last week. I confronted him about what he did to my friend George Shanko. And this week I'm doing his ex-girlfriend Kalila's podcast called Trash Tuesday with Kalila and Esther. And I'm gonna that's what I'm doing right now.
When are you gonna have your own pod, bro?
Bro, right now I'm just exploring the vast ocean of other people's shows. Because let me tell you this, Bradley, I'm trying to make an impact. I don't care about shows. I don't care about money. I don't care about girls. I have a girlfriend. I want to help people, Bradley. That's what I want to do. And that doesn't in any way answer your question. So I would say pretty soon. Soon.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, but Mike, we've had a lot of conversation like off camera about just the world right now and how crazy it is. So I'm glad you're on the mission of good and of trying to spread the good word. But I need a little bit of Mike Majlak, little rant in here, bro. I need to hear about your perspective, because I definitely align with a lot of the things you feel about, like when you hop on Twitter and it's negative all the time. And I was just asking Steiny before we got on, forget all the Diddy stuff, forget all the bull. What's your take on the way this is going? Do you think, and I asked Steiny this, do you think that negativity will ever go out of style?
Oh, there's a dude smoking a crack pipe right there. You guys want to see it?
Yeah, show us that.
Wait, let me see if
The
I
negativity, look at that.
Hold on. Ah, shit. God dang it, he popped up. He popped up right as I was about to. I shouldn't do it anyways, because I wouldn't want somebody to be recording me smoking crack. LA's a crazy place right now. All right, so what's the question about the negativity? Sorry.
Do you think it's ever going to go out of style? Or do you think it's always going to be a part of this?
I think negativity will go out of style when cool people make it go out of style. And so that's why I try as much as possible to be infectiously positive all the time, bro. Like the only thing that helps me, bro, in life is helping people. I talked to manager Jeff. I've accomplished every single thing I've ever wanted to accomplish in life. I have a best-selling book. I've made millions upon millions of dollars. I've got a $5 million house. I've got the hottest girl in the world. I've got everything in the world that you could want. And none of that makes me, well, my girl does, but none of that really makes me happy as much as when somebody comes up to me at the gym and says, yo, I'm having a horrible day today, and I prayed to God that I saw you here because my mom just had her cancer come back last week, and we found out that it's ovarian now, and that destroyed me. And when I went to the gym today, I hope that I saw you, and I put my hand on that person's shoulder, and they start crying, and we have a moment where I say, I'm actually doing good in this world. That's what makes me feel good. And in every interaction I have with anybody, my table stakes is what I'm about to say right now. Is that going to help this person, or is that going to make this person's life worse? And if it's going to make this person's life worse, I don't do it. I prefer to not do any drama and not do any conflict. And I know that sometimes makes me look like a fence sitter. But I think it's gross. I think none of the people in that drama world, in that conflict world, in that debate world are doing anything to help move the world along besides farming engagement to make themselves money. That's it.
Damn.
Good answer.
Really?
It was almost like you knew the question before.
No, I didn't tell him anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
His answer was, can I read you my answer?
No.
No?
Go ahead. No.
Well, no, after Mike's done, because we only have him for 2 more minutes.
Go ahead, Mike.
The gym scenario I brought up was because it happened to me today. I was at the gym today, and a young girl that I see at the gym from time to time came up to me, eyes tearing up as soon as she saw me. And that type of thing happens to me a lot because the story that I tell is a story of struggle and perseverance. And Bradley, that's why you and I relate so much when we speak to each other, bro, because like we're not out here trying to make it seem like, yo, you make a little bit of money, you get this or get that is sweet. Life is hard, bro. It's a struggle, and you gotta prepare yourself the best you can to persevere through that struggle. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to be as positive as possible in as much as possible.
Damn, he on your answer, Loki.
I know.
It's okay, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna think about mine.
What was it gonna be?
No, I said this, Mike. I said, I think that people will always want to see other people's downfalls. Like, and that's why going out, or that will never go out of style. Negativity, unfortunately, is always going to be there because it makes people feel better about themselves. Like, that's just it. Right?
No, 100%. No, 100%. Steiny, you're 1,000% right. And that's why people do that. They see the fastest route to building themselves in tearing other people down. And it really, when I'm on Twitter or I'm in the comment section on a video that I've made or whatever else, and I see those comments, I don't see negativity the same way as other people. I just see hurting people, bro. I see people that are in pain. I see people that are going through it in life. They're having trouble paying their rent. Their girlfriend might have just left them. Their parents don't love them or don't tell them that they love them. And the way that they deal with that is they lash out on the internet, bro. And that's what gives them some reprieve from the pain and you know, and struggle that they feel on a daily basis. And I hate that that's the case, but unfortunately that is the case. And so when people tell me, you know, you're old, you're a heroin addict, your ex-girlfriend used to get plowed from whatever they want to say, bro. I don't sit and internalize that. I don't say to myself, like, dude, am I really a loser? Like, did I really suck Logan Paul's dick? Like, I don't think like that. I think to myself, wow, I feel for this person. I wonder who this person is, what their life looks like, that they have to go to the internet to antagonize other people. And I try, if possible, to offer them some sort of way out of that destruction, because as we know, anybody with any level of real success in this world isn't leaving comments on Twitter, Instagram, or that type of thing, unless it's to big up other people in their competitive set and saying, yo, this, yes, sir.
Have you always been that way with the sort of comments, or is it something that you've gotten as you've just gotten older through it?
Yeah, no, of course. At first, it was a lot to get used to. I don't think it ever, bro. I'm 39 years old. Like, to say that it ever really, like, truly, like, messed with me. Not on the level that it would mess with a Addison Rae or somebody that's literally grown up in the space. And so, but to say that they've never bothered me at all. Of course, like, I think that we all have things that we hold close to our heart, that are zones that are extreme and hurtful to us and painful to us. And when someone pushes on those buttons, they do affect us. But when I see those comments or any kind of hate or any kind of negativity online, I really just look at the person. I look at my life. I look at the quality of my life. And I was thinking about this today, and you guys know this, the audience might not know it, but I don't really know that there's anyone that does the type that I do. I'm in another country or another city every day of the week. I'm around the coolest people on earth. I have relationships with all of the biggest creators, rappers, athletes. I've built a tremendous network for myself, and I'm extremely proud of my life and the way that I've gone about it, and the change and the comeback that I've had in my life. And so it's really hard for me to ever see or hear any kind of critique from anyone and internalize that, because I know myself. And I think that's the hardest part for the youth, is they don't know themselves yet. They haven't figured out who they are yet. They're still learning who they are and what's going to make them cool and what's going to make them special and what's going to make people value them the way people value me. And until they figure that out, it's easier for them to just pull other people down. And that's just a sad and unfortunate nature of the world. Older people who do that have no excuse. That's just unfortunate and sad that people above the age of 25 or 26 continue to do that. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
He crushed that.
Yeah, we asked Bob this question too, because he's been in a relationship for a while. Is this girl, are you gonna marry this girl?
Am I gonna marry Sarah?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about the future, bro. I mean, I'm living day to day, dude. Like, Bradley knows this. Steiny, we don't really have as much of a chance to talk about it. My life is, you know, very day to day. I struggle a lot and continue to try to harness and combat negative thought cycles that exist in my own world, in my own mind, and that's a daily battle. And I take everything a day at a time, and she helps me with that. And it just really just depends on how, you know, things continue to play out. Right now, I have to transparently and honestly, and I tell her this all the time, I have to focus as much on myself as I have to focus on her. And so you know, in the short term, no, we're not getting married. It's not something that I'm actively thinking about. I know, I'm sure, you know, people love the idea of these love stories that just happen perfectly, but that's rarely the case.
Yeah.
Got it.
Damn.
But
Well,
I mean,
listen,
but
bro.
I mean, that's by no means by ruling that out. I mean, she's a perfect, she's a perfect,
Just
she's a
in
perfect
case she
candidate.
watches this, bro.
No, she'll see the clip, but it doesn't matter. I'm honest and truthful. She's a perfect candidate. This is more about like, when does it make sense for me to make that level of commitment to somebody else where I feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, brother. Appreciate your time, man. Enjoy the rest of your
All right,
day.
Mike. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do another pod. I love you guys, both of you guys, and you know, love that you guys are having this type of conversation. And whenever you need me, I'm here for you guys.
All right, brother.
Thanks,
Love.
Mike. See ya,
Appreciate you,
bro.
Mike.
Cool. Dude, yeah, Mike's solid. I talk to Mike all the time.
Bro.
What?
He's like PR trained for shit like that.
He's PR trained?
How does he just has these like, dude, if you need, you know what I mean with those essays?
Dude,
Where
that's
where you gotta meet the word requirement.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's always gonna meet the word requirement. That's
Yeah,
never
but-
gonna be an issue.
but
What he
he's-
says has a lot of truth, but
He's that
he's got
guy,
very
though.
detailed long answers like that.
But he's that guy. Like,
Yeah,
he's that
no.
guy on and off camera.
No,
I-
he is. I give him that.
I had those conversations with him a lot, and we were talking. Me and him off camera talk a lot about just the thing that I'm asking you about, which is like the negativity. Is it ever going to go out of style, or is it just going to continue to be like what people vie towards? Because it's like that's what's getting energy or love or views. And I just think like the thing that he said that's most important in relationship to that is the youth being so conditioned to like look for negativity, because like that's what it seems like all these apps and everything just pushes.
Yeah.
And then their identity, because now it's not like back in the day when you were a kid. It's like you didn't have some either famous YouTuber or
Thank
famous
God,
athlete
bro.
or famous someone to look at talking about something, or the Kardashian or some negative shit. And like you had a somewhat of a chance to sort of like create yourself. And now it's just like,
Yeah,
if you're
no, Mike. No, he's right. His answer was super solid, and actually made me think when you asked me things about what's changed. Dude, I literally thought like 4 years ago, once I started making decent real money, that that's what, like, dude, I feel no different. Adds no happiness. The only thing it does add is I'm able to do more, like, I'd say like adventurous, or like I can travel more, do stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it
Like-
really doesn't. It sucks that it's like that and people think that, but that's why I honestly like when I worked with Bob. Sometimes I think back to those days, because none of that mattered. So all that mattered was just living day to day. You know, I knew I wasn't, well, back then I was making 50 grand working for Bob. Like,
Yeah.
getting rich wasn't even really in my head. I wanted to get there eventually,
Yeah.
but like, I didn't think about it every day. And when you don't think about just money all the time, bro, life is so much better.
Yeah. It's crazy though now. That's like I said, like that concept in relationship to social media, like kids
No,
grow
but-
up.
Yo, I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
No,
but
you're good.
You keep talking about how like you're talking about negativity, bro. Look at Ryan Garcia. Look at his numbers right now. Look at how viral he is.
Yeah.
Because people assume he's going nuts.
Yeah.
And people like to watch people's downfalls.
And then I noticed it's like he almost like realized like, well, this shit's really working, and he just keeps doing
Dude,
it.
when we did him on the pod, you were supposed to be there. You couldn't be there, but he seems completely normal, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting next to him, and, you know, we hung out with him. We went to the Dallas Stars game. I don't really know hockey, but we went to the Stars game for a little bit.
Yeah.
And, bro, he's vibing. Like, he's fine. And it's crazy because what he said after he says all the kids, then all of a sudden you have this Diddy stuff coming out.
All right, guys, quick interrupt for the podcast. Now, this one I'm excited about, okay? The company is called Schedule 35. Check this out. As you guys know, I've talked about microdosing mushrooms for a really long time. This company offers extremely well-dosed, like minimal dosed microdoses for you guys to try this out if you've ever thought about it. The packaging's amazing. The product's amazing. I personally, honestly, I hit him up directly and was like, yo, I really want to figure out a way to work with you guys more closely, because I fully believe in the product. I fully believe in psilocybin in general as far as treating depression, anxiety, tons of stuff, right? I'm not saying this is going to just fix all your problems, because we know that that's not how these things work, but they will help you create a sort of mind state that will allow you to be more just open to fixing your problems. I have experienced mushrooms, obviously not with this company, in the past, and I can say without a doubt that it has genuinely helped change my outlook immensely on life, like for so many reasons. And to be honest, it's almost like feels like, I would say like every 4 to 5 months, I would basically come back to microdosing mushrooms again. This is not like, you're taking a giant dose and you're all fucking all over the place, and you know you're getting these visuals. This is not what I'm talking about, and it's not even what I've even spoke about in the past as far as like encouraging people to try mushrooms. It's more so for the therapeutic benefits of it. And genuinely speaking, psilocybin has absolutely changed my life. And I think if you can find a good source, which I think these guys are at Schedule 35, I've tried it the last basically 3-4 weeks, and I've noticed that it's not only like what I want kind of out of mushrooms, but also it's super specifically dosed. So obviously, again, I'm not encouraging you guys to go take a ton of mushrooms and be all out of whack, but trying to microdose to help you with general anxiety, sleeping issues, all kinds of things, because it has absolutely helped me. So I recommend if anyone wanted to try it, go to schedule35.co, put in code RAWTALK right now. You get 15% off right now with code RAWTALK. Again, I'm not saying this is something you need to do. I'm just saying something that if you've thought about in the past and you've heard me talk about in the past many times and how much it's helped me, again, microdosing, not talking about taking a ton. That's a whole different conversation and something that, like, you know, when someone's ready for that, you're ready for that. And most people kind of aren't, but the microdosing way and the way that these guys have done it, and they honestly, like, it's a really nice product. Packaging is amazing. That they have it in tea form, they have it in tiny little pill form, and I think it's great. So if you guys want to give it a shot, if you've ever thought about it, this is an opportunity to do it. Schedule35.co, code RAWTALK, 15% off right now. Let's get back into this podcast.
Nickelodeon,
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider coming out, and you're just like, dude, this is like, now no one talks about what he was saying was so crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like that motherfucker is right. I don't know about what personally happened to him. I can't attest to any of that, but well, I mean, all this stuff is, these are things that people have kind of like known about, but it's just never really been as out there as it is now. Because it's crazy. Like
the Nickelodeon. Did you actually watch it or no?
I watched clips? I watched up to right before the Drake episode, so I didn't watch that episode yet. Which I hear that's the craziest part.
It is, but it's like there was rules. So if you're doing kids TV, like if you're 10 or 11 and you have a show with Disney, your parents are required to be there.
Yeah, but I watched enough to know that like they kind of are there, but there's that weird sense of like, well, I don't want to make this person mad, and I was watching the show because then that might change opportunities for my kid, so I kind of hang back.
It's wild, and that's true, dude. Like their parents and the kids even were like, dude, I don't want to piss the guy off who's, you know, being,
the head writer,
being a pedophile because I don't want to lose my career. So it's really sad. The one thing I just always thought was weird is like, dude, here's the thing, and I'm just gonna say this: the one in the Drake episode, there's this guy who's one of the producers who is like picking Drake up from school, taking him to auditions, and he's like 40 years old, right?
Yeah.
And Drake's 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And he's a gay guy who's doing this.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, if that was a guy picking up a 15-year-old girl, it's an immediate red flag all the time.
Every single time.
Every single time. If you're a father, you're like, yo, what the f- is this guy doing around my daughter all the time? Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And Drake's dad said, like, yo, I saw that and I felt uncomfortable. And it's just that
didn't they then try to like get them like some sort of wedge between the family? So it was like he went with the mom.
Yeah, he cut the dad off, bro. Drake cut his own father off because they were so in his career and thought that this dude who was picking him up all the time could really help his success.
It's weird how in that time too, I think because social media wasn't what it is today, like it wasn't even existing the way
That's why all this coming out now.
Yeah, because the internet has, even though it's like created this weird shitstorm of like, it's like negative all the time, it's also unraveled like a lot of things that people in the past could have like just overlooked or like hidden.
Right.
So now it's just like
easily hidden.
Yeah. And it's weird when I see that stuff too. And I watch that thing. I remember watching those shows like the Amanda Bynes show and all this shit and thinking like, never thinking at one moment that shit was weird. And then you see certain clips and I'm like, I'm older now. I'm like, this up.
Yeah.
Like there was that Ariana Grande.
Down, the Ariana Grande one was
wild, with the potato thing. I'm like, bro, what?
Pouring water on herself in the bed. Like you're just like,
upside down. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. These people get in a position of powers and then just like, do you just think they're just untouchable, I guess. And then so my question to that was, imagine if I had $1 billion today. Does that mean all of a sudden I want to be a weird psychopath that like, I don't understand the children
that part
thing.
I don't get either.
That's the thing I will never get is like, at what point do you go, I'm going to do this weird shit.
Well, I mean, dude, even streamers these days are doing it. Like a lot of those weirdos, predators are out there. They're not only rich, right?
Yeah.
So I think the ones that are rich, it is crazy that it's always the most powerful ones. But
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have that spotlight on them, so everyone's gonna know about that. So it's not the majority, but like when it is one of them, it's the talk of the town. But there's all these normal weird guys out there. Like I even think about it today, bro. The fact that To Catch a Predator was a show is insane to me. That like, dude, the network or whatever is making money off that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they're doing something that's great and they're catching these people, but like it's for people's entertainment. Like people are watching that and being entertained by that. It's a crazy concept if you think about it.
Well, that's a really good concept. That's a really good thing you brought up, which also brings like a really interesting topic is like, then because the crazy thing is like, we're talking about it. I'm making money from this whole thing from it. Right. I don't think we're talking about it in a way that we're trying to like make it be like a problem in a sense. But then when I think about certain shows or certain podcasts, like even like OnlyFans girls and all this, like, you know, like the Fresh and Fit stuff. And like, they constantly pretty much like make these girls look pretty stupid, like asking them questions, but they're still thriving off of that monetarily.
Yeah, it is a crazy concept.
And like, dude, I don't have a problem with it, but it's weird. And then, you know, you have other streamers or other people, other influencers who same thing. They're like, yo, this is bad. But then they like, but even the part of their narrative as they're like saying this is bad, they're knowing that they're getting other people to go, yeah, it's bad. But that's also just furthering their pocketbooks, basically.
Dude, of course. That's why I've always said, like, people who are at their phones, don't take too seriously.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, obviously, like, there are certain moral things. It's like, yo, I do believe certain things are wrong. Like, I do believe men, like young men shouldn't watch porn. Like, I think it's terrible, right? There's tons of concepts that are like, yeah, this is true. But there is this line of like, people do things at that level knowing like they're going to get a certain audience to ride for them to sell their products as well, or to get the views as well. And I just find it also interesting because it all comes down to like the same sort of idea. Now, is one side more fighting for good than the other? In some cases, I do believe so, but it's just a weird concept where it's like, I don't think the true intentions of the person fighting on whatever side is always just like, yo, this is for the good of people.
No,
I feel like
I don't think it's ever like that, bro.
Yeah.
You hear what Mike says. Mike actually, but he's like that on and off camera.
Yeah.
So he actually does believe in that. But, bro, people, like, it's the same thing. I hate to go back to Andrew Tate, but, like, dude, he knows what guys are going to buy into.
Yeah.
Like, no shit, dude. Do you want to have a girl that has a low body count? Okay, let's preach that.
Yeah.
Every guy's going to agree with that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you want to marry a girl with a low body count. It's really not that deep. It's pretty much common sense.
Right.
But he knows people are going to buy into that.
Yeah.
So they just, like, you can take, like, these ideas that everyone believes in and just preach that. And then you're like, okay. Like,
and then you garner an audience that is
dude,
like,
there was a time where I thought, like, I thought it was okay to like, cheat on my girlfriend.
What? Why?
Because, like, that was, like, a thing that Tate preached. Like, he's like, I'm a male. I do it for physical reasons. And then I start to sit there and think, like, I agree 100%.
Because you can rationalize it for yourself.
Yeah, because you're like, damn, like, what he's saying is absolutely right. Like, I'm a guy. Like, I need to do this shit.
I mean, men and women are different.
Yeah, but, like, you think about it and you're like, is that really right? Probably not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Are there other things that you've realized that are just like, damn, like that, or you at one moment you're like, damn, I fully believe this, to like where you're at now, because like you've seen more, you've been involved more. Anything else you're like, you're really strong?
I've just learned, like, you can tell when certain things, before I got into this, I would see things on YouTube and be like, oh wow, like this guy is like such a good person, or like this guy really believes in it, and then like you just see that certain people do stuff, they're just doing it for the camera, you know, it's good content and people buy into it. So like it might get views and they might be doing something good for somebody, but they don't actually really give a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's common. And one thing, and when I worked for Steve, is the thing that was so special about Steve is he gave away a lot of money off camera too.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him probably give away $100,000 just to over time to like valet people, tips. Like he would just give money, like, cause he was just kind of like that. But I've noticed and learned now that a lot of people like just kind of do that to do it
for the clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But you really, like, when you're on the other side, you really can just believe or buy into anything.
Yeah. It's rare. It's rare that there's people like that. Like Steve, for example, I FaceTimed him randomly like a week ago, and he was with a a cancer kid who was basically dying of cancer. He
Yeah.
FaceTimed me that day,
Oh,
made some funny jokes with his kid, and the kid passed away like the next day. I had sent him a handwritten letter, and I don't think he ever read it because I think he passed like that night, and I got him there the next day. But none of that was on camera.
Yeah.
Like he really just did that. Like he flew up to Sacramento and really did that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I would say that, dude, 90% of the people who do that kind of shit on camera, like, oh, I'm here with this. It's like, just so you could like, look at me, I'm great.
Yeah.
There's very few people that I've met who actually do that because they actually want to help someone or give a.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And it just, dude, but that idea makes me go like, dude, the world's just, it's just so interesting. And as I've gotten older, I'm just like, and especially in the media space and like knowing, like having conversations and hearing things in the behind the scenes, and you're just like, this shit, it kind of sucks sometimes.
what? Just people?
Yeah. And like the greed, like, or the
yeah, dude. I'd say you and Bob and Kyle too, like I consider good friends of mine, like no matter what.
yeah.
And it's just, it sucks because that's so rare.
Yeah.
Steve too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, but there's very few people who I f with who I will call. Like I'll call you, I'll call Bob, Kyle, when we're not doing anything and talk about real life,
Yeah.
which is just like, it's so rare, dude. And it sucks that it has to be like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably just a,
And one thing too is like, dude, I've my whole life and my whole time doing this, I've been pretty good at like networking and meeting people. And people always hit me up, hey, can you connect me with this person? Or, yo, dude, could you bring me to this person's spot? If they're like friends of mine, I'll do it in a heartbeat, no problem. And then the one time I asked them if, yo, can you help me out with something? They're nowhere to be seen. And it just has happened to me a lot recently where I'm just so over shit, bro.
yeah. Yeah, I definitely can understand that.
Like, it's the same thing with you probably, where someone needs a favor, you do something for them, and then, like, even today, it's like, you asked me to come here and do this, and I think, like, how many times have you come for me, bro, and done shit I need to do?
Yeah.
So it's not even a question, you know?
Yeah. But why do you think there's that loss of that sort of basic sort of loyalty? Like, that's a thing that, do you think people just lost it because, like, they're just so consumed with themselves about
Yeah.
how they're getting, or like, what the f is that noise? Oh, click the X. Are they so consumed with like just what they can get and not like even? But it's weird because if I, like for example, I would know that if you asked me to come on the pod and I didn't come on the pod, and then I asked you to come on the pod, you could just be like, yeah, never mind. Like
Yeah.
you just once or twice, and okay, well, he asked me. I don't understand where in someone's mind they go, okay, I need this from you, and then when you ask, like nothing.
Dude, I don't know either, and it sucks that it's like that because I've dealt with it a lot recently, and I wish I could answer the question. But I think everyone gets, that's the other problem is people get so, there's a lot of anxiety of like staying relevant, putting out my own worrying about myself, where if I have to go help somebody else, I can't focus on that because it takes away from me.
Yeah.
So everyone's so focused on, yo, I got to build myself up. I got to get bigger. I got to make more money. I got to do this. And, honestly, I can't say I ever did that. And I can understand at times where they're coming from. But I think everyone will come to realize, like, dude, if you're not like, if you don't have real friends in this and you don't help one another out, it's going to bite you in the at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I fully believe that.
Yeah.
I believe like, yeah, I mean, that goes for people, companies, everything. Like the way you treat people everything comes back around. I believe it.
100%, bro.
I fully believe that.
And I mean, like even having Bob back around, I was honestly pretty sad when he wasn't there because Bob has been probably he was the first person I met out in LA.
Yeah.
And he's been one of my best friends ever since. So when he's going on his stuff he's suing my company. I'm like, bro, I can't affiliate with you right now. Like you put me in a really tough position. So now that he's back around, like we did.
By the way, that's why I didn't do the pod in the first place, was because like I knew the circumstances.
Of course, bro. It's such a gray area of what you can and can't do, but you gotta play the game as well.
Yeah.
But now that he's back, like I'm happier. I think everyone's kind of like, yo, Bob's funny as. We did the same with you when you're back. Like everything just feels like it's more fun again.
Yeah.
When everyone's getting along and doing. But yeah, like I said, when it comes to the business stuff, like Bob fumbled like the biggest bag I've ever in a great situation.
Yeah.
And I hope he realizes, like, dude, he's like a cat that has 9 lives, bro. Like he's it up so many times. He keeps getting that another chance, and it's like, hopefully he doesn't do that again because everything's more fun when we're all around each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just see it. This the internet's in a weird space right now. I think because there's so many creators, so many content like podcasts or even a fitness space, fitness
Dude,
influencers.
there's
Like
so many.
it's just like everything.
It's like but that's like any other industry, dude. Every market's saturated.
yeah,
I hate when people say that. When I heard a guy at the gym like, dude, that's a saturated market. It's like, bro, every market you got to compete.
yeah. But that's why I think it comes down to your network and
Yeah, of
who's
course,
actually
bro.
in your circle versus like if someone's bot or if someone's like there just for money or you know what I'm saying. Like you got to have like real relationships with people.
Dude, 100%. And one thing that I've always been able to do is just go up to anybody, no matter where we're at, and just talk to them.
Yeah,
And like Bob, when I worked for him, he'd do like I went to catch 5 nights a week. I'm not kidding you. Every night that's
With
what we
him?
would do. Yeah, me and him would go.
yeah,
And he would see somebody else or see another celebrity and be like, yo, you have to go up to that person and you have to introduce me. So it kind of made me fearless, and I would go up to anybody.
What was the biggest celebrity you went up to? You think in one of those moments?
Oh, I mean, a lot of them were like popping girls too. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was trying to get like he was trying to party with them.
yeah,
But just probably like a big like probably like an Odell or
Yeah.
something like that, like a huge athlete at the time. And I was like young and so scared. But there was a lot.
yeah.
It was a long time ago. So.
What's your go-to line? What would your go-to line be?
dude?
You were there like stuttering?
I would just go up to him confidently and be like, hey man, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. A friend of mine, Bob Menery, I don't know if you've heard of him. He's also in this space. And, you know, we're big fans. If you want to come have a drink with us, like you have to try and make it seem like you're not a fan,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So you're not trying to be weird.
yeah.
So
I
try to
get
make it seem like, yo, there's something that you're going to get out of coming and saying what up to Bob.
it. Right.
So
I get it.
yeah,
I always had a hard time. Even now, I'm like super. I've always been so like socially awkward.
I've noticed that. And I'll tell you why I think that is. Cause I think, and Steve, I think has it a little bit too.
Yeah,
But dude, that's the only thing I think I gained out of going to college is you have to be super social.
yeah. I mean, I went to college, but I was
Like I went to
super
a big
isolated.
school.
I was super isolated.
Yeah, so I wasn't isolated. Like I'm in the dorms and there's a bunch of people, so you just have to be social. And I think that that's one thing that's kind of slept on in the industry is like not many people go to college. A lot of people are like 18 or 19 and want to start doing this stuff. But when you're thrown into college or whatever school after, you have no choice but to go out and meet people, or else you're gonna be by yourself all the time. And that's not the place you want to be like that.
Yeah. Today I pulled up on you and I was filming, and you were like, "Yo, bro, don't film that." Are you serious about your chick right now, or what? What's good? We can
Dude.
cut this if you want to cut this.
No,
but,
we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a girl now, like kind of on and off for like 7 months. She comes around a lot.
Yeah, I see her.
She's super supportive, and she's like, it's nice to have someone that doesn't have any like I've never put her on camera or anything.
Just like parts of her.
Just yeah,
For Snapchat
Like,
or
yeah,
whatever.
everyone's seen her or something. But,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I think it's important to have someone with you who's not in this for business reasons.
Yeah.
Because then it's not real. And so with her, it's tough because obviously with my podcast and a lot of my content involves girls,
Yeah.
and I love girls, love chicks. Like it's fun. People like to see it. And that's the only time it gets tough is I have to tell her like, yo, I've told her this to her face. I'm like, yo, I'm going to put my career before you all the time, no matter what. Like I'm here to try and do something special, and I enjoy doing this, and this is how I make money. And so if I have to do a video with 5 girls, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's going to be. So I made that pretty clear early on. And it's probably tough for her to see that.
Yeah.
Like if I saw her with 5 dudes, she's gone immediately.
Yeah.
Terminated.
Gone.
Yeah.
Instantly.
So it's going well. I just don't know. Like everyone's on my right now because I'm, turning 30 at some point
Yeah.
in the near far future.
Like you're already 30, but
no,
yeah,
I'm not 30 yet.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
not. What changes when you become that age? Like I feel like I'm supposed to own a house and like a golden.
You should own a
retriever.
house. No, but nothing really changes. It's just more like everyone goes, "Oh, you're 30." They're like, "Why aren't you married? Why aren't you have a family?"
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's
it.
such a negative thing to be 30 and not have all that.
Yeah.
I have like friends that are like back home, in Colorado, and they're like pressure, bro. I think that something that happens, and I don't know, I was really faded thinking about this last night, but I think a lot of divorces and stuff happen because there's that pressure of like, yo, dude, you're 30 and you're not married, so they just marry like whatever chick they're dating at the time. Like they
Yeah.
rush into relationships because that's what the norm is, and then it doesn't end up being like forever, or like then they're like, yo, what the am I doing?
Yeah.
So it's
Listen-
two-sided.
All right, guys, quick and run for the podcast, zippix, toothpicks. Check this out. I talked about this before. This is a really like easy way to have a little bit of nicotine, which I think is a benefit therapeutically for the mind. Now, obviously it's a problem if you get so caught up in having nicotine all the time. And the cool thing about zippix is it's a way for you guys, if you're also like trying to wean yourself off of the vapes or the cigarettes, which are terrible for your lungs, this is a really cool way to do it without like feeling like you're completely dropping off and going through the withdrawals of the nicotine, which I know can be. Because ironically enough, I did try to get myself, this is going to sound crazy, but I did try to get myself addicted to nicotine to see how hard it would be to quit. And it's actually a lot easier, in my opinion, than I thought it was going to be. But zippix is a cool way. And they also have like B12 and they also have like caffeine toothpicks, but they have like really small doses of nicotine. And you basically, it's like on this toothpick. So it's an easy way to do it. It's a different way to do it. Again, the biggest problem when it comes to nicotine and nicotine usage is always going to be the delivery form. So if you're smoking cigarettes, there's tons of other bullshit in there. If you're sucking on vapes, which I think looks so stupid, there's probably other in there as well. And the damage being done to your lungs is somewhat, you know, a problem. It's actually a problem. Not even somewhat, it just is. So if you're so looking to get nicotine, there's other ways to do it. Obviously like the pouches, but zippix is a good alternative. And like I said, they also have other products that you can get right now. All right, so if you guys want to try it out, go to zippix2picks.com, put in code RAWTALK10 to get 10% off right now. Let's get back into this podcast. Yeah, well, there's also that whole fear of like most marriages, like literally, was it 80% fail?
No, it's not that high.
I think it's that high,
not
dude.
80%.
Like divorces?
No fucking way.
Google that.
It's
Go,
not
bring that up.
80%.
Bring that
My
up.
guess is 1 in 4.
Pull that up. Why the thing go off?
Or maybe 1 in 3, but it's definitely not 80.
You gotta go press the button on the wall.
It'd be
over there.
8 out of 10.
You gotta reset it. No, dude, I think it's like, you said 8. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I
Or
think
divorces.
it's, okay, sorry. I think it's 55%.
Okay, yeah, maybe 5 out of 10. That could be true.
Which is, those odds suck, dude. Would you gamble? Like I was saying, like, would you gamble that? That's like gambling your life.
Dude, I don't know. Is marriage like that serious?
No, I just want you to get the screen back. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
press,
it is pretty
press,
serious.
press the button.
I mean, dude, that's a huge
No,
that's a
no,
huge
yeah.
decision to make that. Like, you got to really be sure. That's how I feel about it.
It's a massive decision, but that's what I'm saying. Like, when there's that pressure and you're in a position where just because your age, they're like, yo, you should have this. Like you said, those guys just, oh, I feel like I need to do this. Like, pull up like how many people get divorced. Like, pull up the
Just type in divorce rate.
divorce statistics or something. And it's just like, bro, that scares me. After each, no, not after 40. Well, that's different than what I saw. Divorce rates in the U.S., click that. 2022, that's what, 2 years. It's probably way worse now. Scroll up. Bro, I thought it was like 55% or some shit. Yeah, I'm way off.
No, that 22%, that seems low.
I think it's like
I think what you're thinking of is the marriage rate is down. Like, people aren't getting married like they used to.
No, I'm thinking about how marriages end in divorce. Majority of them. Which is just scary.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, you're going to have a kid with someone potentially, and then you're going to like marry someone and they...
Well, when are you going to do it?
Well, dude, that's been one of the things, a little bit of a
You're
fear.
pushing 40.
I'm 34, dude.
Are you actually?
Yes.
What year were you
Google
born?
me, bro. Google my age.
You were born in the 70s, I thought. You were at Woodstock,
Yo,
bro.
How's that Woodstock? Google me. Look, 34, 1989.
You have
my
a
birthday...
rep at Wikipedia, dude.
No,
Straight up.
dude, my birthday's coming up. Look at that dumb picture of me when I was in the movie thing. Look.
Okay, I believe
60.
you. You're 34.
34.
Okay, I see it.
1989, dude.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but there is that. I got an IMDb. I didn't even know that. There's there's just a fear around like that, like, and then just, you know, is it the right person? Are they there for the right reasons? I just kind of had that fear, and I've had relationships in the past that like I've completely destroyed, not because of that, but because of where I was at prior to like being like, okay, I'm really ready. And I don't know. I guess I just have fear of like having a broken home because I grew up in one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, my parents got divorced too. I feel that. I also am afraid of like not being able to be myself and play like kind of into the character that I am on camera too.
For
If I act
content.
like a dumbass degen.
You're afraid that you couldn't do that.
Yeah, just like it would change stuff. And I got to be honest, I kind of love playing that role.
But at some point, you're not going to play that role.
Of course, at some point, but I don't think I'm quite ready yet for that.
What do you think you're...
Like, Bob's 35 and he acts like that.
I know, but does that mean that's what you want to do?
No, but that's an excuse to maybe do it a little longer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So my question is to you though, like at what point though do you like completely evolve your content?
I just think when it makes sense, and I think that.
Like, do you think
I mean,
you'll be-
dude, like So I've been doing like these day in the life vlogs that I posted on my grams.
Yeah, but they're like trolls. I love them. They're
But
hilarious.
I like that style of comedy and like like being funny is what I like to do.
I know, I love it.
I
think it's funny.
really enjoy trolling people. Like
Yeah.
it's really funny because there are still those people that are like, dude, no way your day was like that. Like you did not sleep with 3 chicks and buy a rolls. You know what I mean? And it's just like I really find humor in that. That someone actually like still believes that I'm being serious.
Yeah, I guess the truth is like as long as you're making content that feels genuine to you, because at some point you'll probably be like, this is still
That's fun for me, bro. I really enjoy doing that. And I'm gonna be honest, when we did Full Send, we did the golf channel, and I'm pretty bad at golf. But you're just out there like you're playing golf with your friends or just doing something that's normal and you can film it. When you're doing something that you would do without the camera, it's the most fun content you can make. Because I would do that anyway. But then you film it and it turns out great. That's the biggest win ever.
Yeah. I guess that's how I feel about the whole fitness thing for so many years. But then also at some point it became like a chore because you had to do it. Do you ever feel like content becomes like a chore that you have to do?
I don't feel like content necessarily does. I feel like the partying kind of does. Like
Because that's not so true to you.
I mean, I used to. Like I used to love going out but like you just like it just gets so old, bro.
Well, that's what we're saying then essentially is like as long as like the thing you're doing is like true to you in a sense at the time and you do it, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I wonder at what point do you evolve and you're like, yo, like what else would come? Like what sort of content? Like, but
I mean, my shit's not all partying though. It's a lot of stuff. Like it's a lot of trolling stuff with girls. I don't think that needs to have like a like
life expectancy.
Yeah, like that shit can be funny forever. You know? Like hopefully I don't get to Adam 22 Lena status. One day.
Like, does it evolve into you?
I mean,
your chicken and slammed.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but and I love both of them, by the way.
Yeah, I know they're great.
But I don't know, bro. I think I just like it's working for me right now.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the biggest year financially for me. And
congrats!
Yeah,
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Just so finessed Bob out of his role.
No, it actually had nothing to do with Bob.
Finesse Steve, finesse me.
Had nothing, no finessing
You're
done at all.
fucking good,
bro.
dude.
No finessing at all. But yeah, I don't even know what to do now. Like part of me wants to just buy. I told you I want to buy a wraith.
What? No, you should buy a house. You.
I know, but
idiot.
I want to buy the wraith, spend my money on the wraith, and then live in it.
No, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why?
Buy a house, bro.
That's kind of like a place to live, though.
Yeah. Oh no.
A wraith. How sick would that be? You never hear of anybody living in a wraith.
Yeah.
They live in their cars, but it's never a wraith.
I mean, I feel like scammers in North Hollywood have been doing that forever, and they live in a wraith, and they park it at their apartment that like they have to pay cash for because they're scammers. But dude, I think you need to buy a house, man.
Those guys too. I can't. Like the guys that preach that. I don't mind. I don't care about people who like sell online courses and stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to see somebody who's done one of those courses and then has been like, yo, this changed my life, or I became very successful through this program. I've never seen that. I don't know if you have, but that's a super popular thing that guys do to make money is like they sell their courses
On how to be successful.
How to make money. I think, even like.
And most of the time, like the course that they're selling that's how they made their money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, if it works and that people are actually benefiting from that, then great. But I just have never seen anyone come out of that and be like, yo, dude, this changed my life, or I've become very successful through this.
Who are you talking about, though?
Huh?
Who are you talking about, though?
I just see random guys on TikTok, my TikTok feed.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, buy my course. Like, I made this amount of money doing this. And then Mark Cuban actually responded, and he's like, I think it was Mark Cuban, but he's like, dude, if you can make that kind of money off of something, you never reveal that. If I'm making tens of millions of dollars doing something, why would I ever give you that strategy? Why would I sell that strategy to 1,000 people?
So what, you think they're selling watered down versions of it?
I think what a lot of that is just selling people confidence and
selling
motivation.
the dream.
Yeah. Like, yo, they get motivated or they get confident from it. But I don't think it necessarily ever, from what I've heard.
I guess it could be argued though, because then you could be like, well, that motivation or confidence maybe push someone to
yeah, but you don't need to buy something to get motivated or confident, I don't think. Maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah, in a sense, I get that, but there's also that, like, as coming from the training background, is like you're always taught.
That's different though.
Yeah, but like the same concept of like if I was a trainer and I just train this person for free, like the likelihood of them taking that serious is way less than if they have to pay to do that. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna get the most out of this.
Right.
So there is a little psychological tip to like,
Sure.
because I'm paying for this, I'm forcing myself to take this serious instead of being like, well, I got this for free information, then like not really taking it to heart. So there's like, it's like a catch-22.
That's why I think I swear it was Mark Cuban that said that. But back to his point, imagine Mr. Beast sold a program on how to be successful on YouTube.
Oh my God.
He would never do that because he knows everything about YouTube and he knows how to make any video big, obviously. So he would never do that. But if he did do it, then everyone would buy into it and it'd actually be valuable. But that's why you never see guys like that sell like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Beast said, I mean, I don't know if he's selling a program, but I know he's like helped certain people.
Sure, I'm sure he has, but I'm sure he's done that for free.
Yeah, I don't think he's not monetizing it.
No.
But I also think like there's certain things like someone like that, I feel like he's got like, I feel like there's certain things you can't sell, which is like YouTube fully, whether or not.
I think he could sell something that, yo, this is what you need to do with your content. This is how long
100%.
How long your videos need to be. Your thumbnails, your titles need to be like this. You need.
But what he could never sell is the fact that like YouTube fuck for real.
Dude,
I guess you could though, because I guess you could sell like how to get there, because like he got there and then it wasn't like YouTube was like, we're planting you in here. It was like he got there and then YouTube's like, yo, you're the guy, so let's work with you.
I think TikTok does that too.
Does what?
Like pushes certain creators that they want you to see.
Yeah.
Like Alex Earl. TikTok for sure pushes her.
Yeah.
All over my
Or is that just because you're looking at her?
No, I'm not. I mean, there was a time.
Yeah.
But like now, it's just like, I'm like, whoa, what the But like, think about it. She's like a pretty girl, has like PG content. Like it kind of like, I'm not comparing her to Mr. Beast, but it's a similar concept where it's like, that's a huge win for TikTok. If they need ads, they want to monetize, they want the platform to look clean. Like,
yeah,
she's pretty perfect for that.
Yeah. Do you think those people get introduced to that sort of like thing where then they're connected with TikTok directly and then like they're kind of aware of it? Or is it's just something that happens organically through making content?
I think organically, and then someone catches on and they're like, yo, this is perfect.
Like, hey, we should talk.
Yeah,
and then
it's the same thing with like in Hollywood, like if they find like the perfect actor.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's such the internet, I mean, the internet in Hollywood.
And the whole thing about that is like, it doesn't, I don't want to say it takes away motivation, but I really like to help with creative and do high production, right? And so we were talking about, you and Kyle were talking about last week about doing our own version of Survivor, where us three, Salim, go on an island, and it's who can survive on this random island for the longest.
Which would be me, for sure.
Which would probably be you.
Yeah.
And it'd probably be like 2 or 3 days. But in my opinion, that's a funny ass concept. But like, then you have to risk, okay, we're going to put all this money into it. And is it going to like, it's something so different that you don't know if it's going to be successful or not.
I think it is though, just because of retention, because the way we know platforms function right now, which is all watch time and retention. If they know that they're going to get the payoff of like, yo, when Steiny quits, who's going to make it to the end? That's why most of these videos do well, like the Mr. Beast style things, which is like from the very beginning, you know that something's going to happen at the end and you want to see the payoff.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest things in all content right now, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, it doesn't matter. Is retention. Yeah. Is knowing, you know, like even the videos I filmed one, I should post it, I haven't posted it, but like, you know, the dumb gym video where it's like 1 year in the gym and then transformation. I did one with me and Kiwan, like Danny Duncan's like little guy, like his one of the guys that he films with.
Yeah.
And it's like Kiwan turns into me, which is hilarious. But it's like
TikTok, right?
It's a TikTok, whatever, Instagram Reels thing, but it's basically like
I love those videos.
You're waiting for the payoff. Yeah, you're waiting for the payoff. So all videos like that, I think that have the payoff. So I think it's a good bet, you know, because it's not just a random concept.
I'm just saying personally, like that's the kind of content I want to do.
Yeah.
It's just more creative and high production, different, something we've never done before.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to work. You see a lot of like streamers go viral and for doing stuff that you haven't seen them do at their computer desk.
Yeah.
So if you see like Jinxie, for instance, or Sketch out of their computer and they're out doing something in public, or like, let's say like playing golf for them, did so well because no one's ever, you'd never expect to see that.
Sitting behind a computer screen, yeah.
So I think us doing something completely out of the norm, like not partying or not, you know, doing just a video that has been done before, I think that's the way to kind of elevate.
Yeah, and grow.
and it's fun.
Yeah. I would love to do that.
Yeah, and
Just
I
in
hope we
general.
do it. We've talked about it. I hope we do it. I think that shit would be hilarious.
Dude, I was thinking about moving to Florida with Steve.
Yeah, he's been asking me too.
What do you think?
Me and Steve talk about that honestly daily.
Yeah.
And I can't. He'll go on about the same thing with me for like an hour. I don't know if he keeps you on the phone that long too.
Yeah. I talk to Steve a lot.
I'm like, bro, we've already covered all this.
He's funny.
Yeah.
But he goes, I'm rambling
But
right now.
I'm in. Like I'm in.
Yeah.
The one thing with Steve is that I don't know if he understands. For me, is like the only way that works is like I have to move into his house and kind of live his kind of life. So you're all with Steve. You're all in, and if you're not all in, then you're not gonna be around. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's I wanted, and the thing about Steve is he's down to do anything, and we can really turn up the creative 100%. We've already talked about it.
Yeah.
It's just the commitment of like, okay, we're gonna be flying here on my schedule.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what I was talking about of just having my own kind of freedom now.
Yeah.
Which has been fun. But then it's like, but see, that's why I'm so indifferent, because it's like, dude, you would double down and we could do something really sick and different.
Yeah, I know, man.
And he's so crazy that like he just bought this compound. He's given me his ideas of what he wants to do. We've gone back and forth, and they're so sick.
We're gonna.
It seems like it'd be worth it to me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some stuff for sure.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm definitely gonna spend
I
some
miss
time
doing
out there.
content with him. Obviously, we did the most epic shit.
Yeah, we had a little crazy trio.
Yeah, it's
Good
just, dude.
times.
It's just as I continue to do this, and as I get older, I feel like I hate the fact that I'm saying this too. Is like just that drive to do anything at any time, kind of slowly is like not as intriguing to me as it used to be.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because it's also there's like a time span on this stuff too, and you can't like you kind of have
put
to
your foot on the brake, bro.
Yeah,
I
you
had to
can't.
learn that. It's hard to keep going and going and going.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to speed up, you know.
Yeah, but
So
I told him this, and bro, I'm down. And we could do some fun. I mean, he is just like, bro, he's just the craziest dude ever. I still think about when he kissed Gorlock. Like, bro, even seeing him the other day, and I'm like, dude, you have Gorlock tatted on your leg and my face, and you kissed Gorlock. Yeah. Actually, Gorlock spit in your mouth. I'm not gonna lie, like that's the kind of guy I want to be around.
yeah, he's insane.
Like,
I know.
That's who I want to spend my day to day with, because
I
I'm
know.
always gonna be entertained.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I'm gonna spend some time out there for sure. We got some cool going. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
well,
what the is going on with this? The 737s?
yeah. Apparently, like there's been a bunch of. This is so scary because like it makes me not want to fly. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
fly a lot too.
I fly a lot, but like apparently there's like some safety going on, and like this guy's now stepping down. Dave Calhoun, I guess the CEO of Boeing, is stepping down like while all this safety shit's getting up. It's always crazy. It's like the CEO always just becomes like the fall guy of like not
He
making.
has to be. Who else is gonna be if he's the number one guy in charge?
Yeah, not making sure stuff's happening.
I saw a plane ride of a guy taking a video. Of course, now like a guy is like. That's what also blows my mind is there's a guy like a plane I guess went straight down. Did you see that video?
No, that terrifies
Like they
me,
lost
though.
control. And it
I'm
was
terrified.
in a deep dive, and the guy's immediate reaction is TikTok. And he's
I'm-
like filming himself, like freaking out, and all the people, and it's like, dude, how the f- is that even on your mind to whip out your phone and take a video? I'm freaking the f- out that I'm gonna die in that scenario.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Like once you realize like I'm gonna die, like I think I would pick my phone and try to call my mom. You know what I'm
That'd be your
saying?
immediate reaction.
Yeah, like how could I get a hold of my mom? Could I text her? Yo, I love you. Like if I was going down, that's the first thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't go to the beverage cart. I'd hit
Maybe
the beverage
maybe
cart
smack
and
a
take-
sandwich or two.
Yeah, no,
Be like,
I'd
yo, if
take
I'm
a
gonna
couple
die.
shooters probably and just be like, F it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, might as well
Couple
be.
shooters, like, yeah, and then you're good. Or maybe find like the baddest female on.
And be like, hey,
on
we
board.
got like 15 seconds. I can get it up.
We got 1 minute.
Yo, that's crazy as shit. Nah, but it is that's scary. That is scary. And it's weird. Like it's like how do you make trillions of dollars over year? Like I don't know how many years it takes to make trillions of dollars in this fucking business because they make billions every year and just like flop probably like the only thing
I've
that's
always
really
thought
important.
it is weird too how they haven't. Apparently, someone said there is a new plane that's improved, but how's flight time still this fucking long, bro?
From here to here, like distance.
Like from LA to Miami, how's it still 5 hours? It's been like that for 50 years, you know? Like you would think that there's something. Am I tripping?
You think it'd be better, more efficient engines that are faster? You
Yeah,
know?
I think you should be able to. How can we not get there in 2.5 hours now?
I don't know. I mean, we have rockets and all kinds.
We should focus on that. By the way, I saw a SpaceX rocket the other day.
You thought it was an alien?
I thought it was UFO.
Yeah.
It looks like one, bro. There's
Is
like
it 'cause
everyone was in the streets like looking up and shit.
Is it because it has that big thing
it has
around
a huge
it?
circle around it.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times here too.
I was like, what the is that? And I went to X to check, and then I saw he tweeted about it. But at first I was like, yo, that's
what if it really was just like some
dude. I
aliens,
was kind of fired up.
and they're just like, yeah, no, that's SpaceX.
I'm down with that.
Me too.
I'm 100% cool to go out in an alien invasion.
I feel like
that's gonna be the biggest sweat adrenaline you'll ever get.
yeah,
And then it's survival of the fittest. So
yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Where I talked to Steve about like also just like the world going to in the next, and I don't know how many years, like having like a bunker or something, building like a bunker.
we should have one.
We should.
Well, that'd be why not, bro? We can invest.
I think
in that.
Steve's doing it.
He's gonna build one.
I think he has a plan. Yeah. I mean, it's a weird thing to talk about because like, why should we even get there? But like, the world is so goddamn crazy right now. It's insane.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it's just Twitter. Maybe I'm just on Twitter and I'm like, what the f is going on? But I don't know. Because I'll even ask chat randomly. I'm like, do you feel like the sense of maybe chat, you know, when I'm streaming on Twitch or whatever, or Kick is like, maybe they're also just because the internet, they're agreeing that, yeah, it's crazy. Because is it really that crazy in real life? You know?
What? Which part?
Like, do you feel like something terrible is going to happen in the next couple of years? I feel like it's,
who the f knows?
I feel like it's inevitable just because of the way things have already happened.
Things are continuing to get worse, so you'd assume that.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
I
That's
know.
another thing that I go, damn, I want to have a family and kids, but like now I got like some other shit. That's like so more worrisome. Imagine that, like
Raw
knowing
gear in young LA is gonna be the next big conflict, bro.
bro. That's like, I'm ready to fire rockets, dude.
Yeah, I know.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna have a kid, then I'm like, now I really have to stress about this. But then also, I can't let that
Dude,
stop
the
me
world's
from
always
having-
gonna be f***ed up. No one's ever gonna get along. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's the sad
There's not
part.
one person, unfortunately, or anyone who can just solve that problem. There's always gonna be issues.
Do you don't think there's been a move though? Like you haven't felt like there's like certain groups of people or certain things like where, you know, people who are more into holistic, more into like trying to actually create sustainable stuff like this farm and all this stuff. Like I feel like there are more people moving towards that, and like whether it's because they're afraid of like a total meltdown of like, let's say for this instance, Western society, but like I feel like more people are trying to create a positive change in a world that it feels like it is almost this like good versus evil thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
Who's
people,
the good right now? You know who's living the longest if goes down is the Amish, bro.
yeah.
I'm going to Hard R's house straight up.
You going to Hard R's house? That's crazy that you still call him that.
Well, that was his name in the video.
Yeah, it's still that's fair.
But he dude, it's actually, if you think about it, like, dude, they don't use any electricity. They kill all their
That's what I'm saying.
animals, like,
Completely sustainable.
they'd be chilling.
Yeah.
It could be we could lose everything. They'd be fine.
Like they would be
Like that guy's screen time is not, he has a 0 screen time.
Yeah. And they have
He's probably got the
weapons and-
cleanest brain out of everybody.
Damn,
That's
dude.
what we really need to study.
The Amish.
Yeah. They're laughing at us. You know what I mean?
They are.
We're
They
the
really are.
idiots.
Dude, we're caught up in I gotta pay taxes and
That kid was chopping wood at 4. He could probably do a lot of shit around the house that I can't do.
we need to start implementing like some Amish in like Western, like total Western society, dude.
100%,
That's what we
bro.
need to do. We
That's
need to
what I'm
push for that.
thinking.
We need to push for that. We need to get some Amish leaders to step out of their comfort zone and be like, hey guys, this is how you
We
do
need to go
sustainable
back to the
farming.
roots, dude.
Do you think it's gonna happen though? I think it's gonna
No.
be forced. I don't know if it's gonna be in our lifetime.
Well, they're not going to ban TikTok. Like everyone thought that was going to happen. That's not going to happen. I doubt it.
Well, that was another weird thing. It's like, are they just saying that because they just want to have the
They
control
just want
of
to,
the
of course,
data?
bro. They just wanted to scare. What was it?
Bite dance.
Bite dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just wanted to scare, I think, the CEO a little bit and get him to sell. So then they have control. I don't even know, dude.
It's crazy because it's already controlled everywhere else. It's like, damn.
But then it's like the thing with that is I don't understand on TikTok because you can go on X, you can go on these other platforms and see the same shit.
Yeah.
See crazier. I think Elon actually just banned porn on X. Is that true?
I don't know.
I heard
That'd be
that. That kind of
crazy.
needs to happen because the comment section is so. Dude, I was literally looking at someone's tweet and I'm with my girl, and then I scroll to the comments and you just see a huge rack,
Yeah.
and she's looking over my shoulder. What is that?
Yeah.
Who
like,
is that?
It's like, yeah.
I was like, yo, this is literally Twitter.
Yeah. No, the minute I post anything, the second I post anything on Twitter, I get spammed by like porn bots, basically.
Yeah,
Or like
they gotta fix that.
Someone with an OnlyFans account is trying to sell their shit.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The world's nuts, dude.
Imagine they ban OnlyFans. Can't do that.
That's-
No, not for me, but I mean, like, they can't do that.
Yeah, well, that's.
How crazy would that be?
Damn.
You think that would solve any issues?
I still think it's. I don't know.
Besides your spending habits?
Bro, you act like I've ever spent a single dollar on OnlyFans.
Have you ever spent $1?
Never-
Okay,
never-
neither have I swear.
I didn't ask you.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm stating now.
The way you said that made me
no,
feel
I
like-
never have, bro. Never.
I'm just saying the way you said it felt like really.
Well, I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Well, for me, it's very simple, but for you, like,
Haven't ever done it.
not
If
once.
they took Apple Pay, maybe. Do they take Apple Pay?
I don't know.
The credit card process is too long for me.
Do they take Apple Pay?
I don't know. I never done it.
Okay. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what solves all these problems. I don't even know if we ever solve the problems, but I think it's just more important about like trying to learn how to do more basic in your life and find peace in it and find like happiness in it, which sounds so lame to say, but I think that's the truth.
How do you do that? I did it in Miami.
What'd you do in Miami?
I was just walking on the beach and looking around and like, dude, you see how beautiful? This is like some wholesome shit I'm going to say.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But I was like
love
looking
this.
around, I'm like palm trees, the ocean, everything's so perfect. You're just like, wow, like this is what makes me happy. The heat, water, people having a good time.
And then you go, all right.
And then you go,
what's
yeah, I
going
need
on
my
here?
snap. Yeah.
I got to film a crazy video. No, dude, it's just, that's what I'm saying. I'm so curious in like the process and if we ever really find like that moment of like, oh, we're actually evolving and getting smarter instead of just continuing down this spiral of like negative bullshit, porn, hate, baby blood, like kid blood. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, the
What's
world's
the baby
insane.
blood shit?
I'm just not baby blood, but like, you know, they just, the elites and drinking blood, and Megan Fox was talking about drinking MGK's blood and it was
That
just
was
weird.
Bro.
There's just a lot of weird
Why is that even like, why do you have to do that? And if you do it, why do you have to tell anybody about that?
I don't know.
Like, yo, drink each other's blood, but just like, I don't need to hear about that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to have dinner and I have to hear about this.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I was just like, dude, why? Like, that's fine. Like, enjoy it. If it's good, tastes good, which is, now I'm thinking about it, it's f***ing nasty, but yo, you guys do that. But
That's
just
your
don't tell
thing.
me about it.
That's
Don't
your
post it
thing.
on the internet.
Yeah,
That's
but
what makes it weird is why do you post that? Like, is that for attention? I don't understand.
maybe it is just for attention. I don't know.
If you drank your girl's piss, would you put that on the internet?
No, dude, I would never tell anyone about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you drink your girl's piss?
No, I'm not into that
Oh,
shit.
you ever pissed on her?
No, I
That
don't,
might have
I
been
don't like that whole
inappropriate,
thing.
sorry.
Yeah.
You ever pissed on a girl ever?
No, dude, I don't
Okay.
like. No,
You like feet?
no.
You friends with Dan
Who's Dan?
Schneider?
No, what the?
Okay, it's just a setup. This is not a setup, I promise. Well, so this is like the #1 baseball player like right now in the world, right? Yeah. This Ohtani guy came to the Dodgers,
he's
and
the best.
apparently they're saying like that there was a bet done on themselves, but he's saying that like his interpreter did it, but it seems really sketch.
That his interpreter bet on him,
Yeah, bet on something on him
bro.
basically,
He
and
signed the biggest deal in MLB history.
yeah, and now
He
this
doesn't
is
need the money.
right.
There's no way he did that. Why? He has no reason to.
Yeah,
His contract's like, isn't it like $500 million or
it's
more?
the biggest thing ever. Yeah,
Yeah, that I don't buy that. But I mean, I saw he played. It's just because, dude, when you're that good and you have one game, that's exactly what'll happen. All these conspiracies come out. He's the best. Like, he's a pitcher and he can hit the ball, but I don't buy that.
yeah. I don't know enough about it. I just think it's funny. It's like sports betting shit. God, I hate how much I actually like gambling.
Yeah, me too. I've been firing on March Madness. This was the hottest weekend I ever had. I went like 9-1
What's the most you've ever lost at one
in
time?
one session.
Yeah.
I think 27,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I lost
I
20 for a video and I just did a 20,000 hand on blackjack.
I'm gonna be honest. I won 34 in one weekend, and then you just feel invincible. That was a huge lesson for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got tilted when I lost one hand, a couple hands, $5,000, and then you just all in, and then you just dump it back.
I'll still never understand how Steve does it, man. That guy has to
I
explain
mean,
it to
dude,
me.
I'm gonna be honest. If like you can like. I obviously gamble, and if you do it controlled and you can have fun with it, bro, then have fun with it.
Yeah, that's the problem is people don't have the control.
If you like can't control it, then it can be bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always
But
said
like,
it's
dude, even watching if I'm firing on Prize Picks or I'm just firing on the game, bro, especially with March Madness, best weekend ever, bro.
yeah.
There's nothing like It makes the weekend so much more fun.
Yeah, the sweat, the feeling, like
The sweat, you're like, there's nothing else to do. It's a great game as it is. You got some action on it, bro. I love that shit.
yeah, I do enjoy
But
it.
it does make it can make the game also the most stressful game. That's why you
Yeah.
can't go too big.
Yeah,
If you bet too big, you're walking, pacing around. Like,
I've been betting on all the UFC fights lately.
how's that going for you?
Good. I lost the last one, so I'm even. Well, I'm up like, I don't know, like 15K.
I don't really bet on UFC.
Why not? 'Cause it's
I lost a couple bets and it made me not want to do it again. I don't know. It's really weird.
You're better at sports.
Yeah, and I don't like, it's weird because I have fun going to the UFC fights. Like, for me, that's probably the best privilege with the Dana relationship I have is going to the fights, getting to sit on the floor.
Bro, it's so lit.
It's so lit that, like, I don't need to have action because I'm going to have a great time no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really bet on it.
Well, how do you bet on, like, do you know enough about sports to make the bets, or you have someone helping you with picks?
It depends. I mean, if I watch, then, like, what do you, in what regard? Like, on the game or, like, prize pick stuff?
Well, no, I mean, both, because it's both just like kind of knowing about the sport.
If like when it comes to like prize picks and like I'm not that great at it.
Yeah.
I've definitely won a lot and I've had big wins, but I've also had losses. But dude, I'll pay attention to, like, if you see a player that it's more or less 19 points, I'll go look at like their last 2 games, see how they're playing,
Yeah.
and then see who they're playing against and just do my best.
I see.
And then when it's the game, sometimes I know, but also sometimes you just say, yo, like, I don't know, just
Yeah. Just what you feel.
yeah, you just say "F- it. Like this weekend, I don't even like it. Last night I had A&M plus 8.5 against Tennessee, I think, and it hit.
Yeah.
And I watched A&M play, and I was like, yo, they're actually pretty good. There's no way they're gonna lose by 8.5, and they lost by like 5, so I won.
Yeah. Yeah. Gambling's too
It's
much
not
fun.
it's
man.
not that deep.
No, I get it.
I've never met anyone who's never like I've met a few people that are up all time, but that's
Yeah.
only because they stopped playing. Like, I've never met anyone who's actively been playing forever that's like all time up a lot of money. That's very rare.
Well, do you think Steve's all time up? I think he is. No?
No, dude.
You think he's down?
He's
I feel
probably
like
around even. Like, I think most people are around even or like down a little bit.
Gambling
Yeah.
overall.
Like your average person.
I see what you're saying.
If you go to the casino 5 days in a row, you think you're gonna end up up. It's also discipline, but you're probably gonna end up down.
Yeah, that's why I tried. Casinos are fucked
Casinos
for
are
me.
scary, dude.
Yeah.
I try to stay away. Every time I go to the Red Rock, I just
So
fucking
fun.
fire, bro.
It's so
And then you have Dana and Steve who are playing like up to 25K a hand, and then you feel like you have to play bigger, and it's just a
Yeah.
shit show, bro.
Yeah. Oh man. Dude. And I just like, it's bad that I just feel like I can't wait to go back. I gotta go to Vegas soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Dude, thanks for having me on, bro. Deep talks, Brad.
Dude, I love you, man. Thank
Gaming
you for coming
tonight?
through. Yeah, I'm gaming tonight right here. Actually.
All right, lit.
Follow me on Twitch. I'm live probably like I don't know. I don't even know, like at least 3 times a week I've been live. I'm gonna do it
dope.
consistently for real. I'm gonna be a full-time streamer. Watch.
I want to stream too.
They're
I
gonna
think I
call
could
me
do
Brad Z. That's-
Bradzy.
Yeah, like Jinxie. Was
Okay,
that stupid?
kind of lame. Yeah.
Sorry,
Maybe you
dude.
take that part out. All right.
Damn. We're not taking that. I'm leaving that in. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel every Tuesday, 11. By the way, guys, I have the new setup. Let me know if you guys like it. I plan to do more Zoom calls with people and guests so we get a little bit more like spicy with the content. Also, I have a live setup, so I'm going to be able to do podcasts live. I think you're too afraid to do live. That's why we didn't do live today. All right. Love you guys. I'm out of here.